Okay. Shalom, family. Good to see you again. All right. So, we're going to talk about Washington, D.C. I got more details on what's going on there, and we're going to get deep into that. So, I do want to make one more announcement. This week, I had put the hair gel on sale, the hair growth hair gel. And today and tomorrow, it's not going to be on sale after the 16th. So I marked it down 25% so you can get the jar of hair growth hair gel for $14.99. And that's the cost, 25% off. So if you really want it and you want to take advantage, this would be the time to get it before it goes back to regular price. How you doing, Kid Gravity? Good to see you. So, y'all, let's get into it. People are now coming forward, especially if they live in DC, to tell what's really going on. And I knew this was going to happen. And it's interesting. They're saying that Black men and boys seem to be the main target of the police and the feds and National Guard that's on the street. They seem to be confronting them, and they're going around where the Black community is in DC. Now, if you remember, one thing they are very annoyed by is the fact that they can't get us out there on the streets. And I want y'all to think about everything they've tried. When Donald Trump first took office, he was talking about doing away with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which he can't do by executive order, by the way. He would need the Supreme Court for that. And, yeah, he was babbling about it, but that is still intact. That did not go anywhere. It's going to take more than an executive order to get rid of that. Then he'd been ranting about DEI and getting rid of DEI. And if you remember, they dug up Black Lives Matter from the street up there, down there in DC. It's down there for me. And they have tried a multitude of things to get us out in the streets protesting. And none of it has worked. So now that he can't get us out in the streets protesting, he is now sending the police and the feds to the people down there in DC, our brothers and sisters in DC, out of desperation. So I'm going to let some of the people talk on this video. And, this is like the war on Black people 2.0. So quite a few of them are being confronted and harassed. And, they're going to start all that mess up again, y'all. It's going to be everything all over again, including stop and frisk, stopping you while you're driving your car, because they're already doing that. They got roadblocks up and checking everybody's ID. So, yeah, so they're losing their mind. Now, according to what they're saying, 30 days. But you know what? Donald Trump can always extend that much longer than just 30 days. And don't be surprised if he does. There's a great chance he will extend it longer than that. So let's get to it. Okay, I gotta share my screen. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Donald Trump wants us to be the reason why this place goes under martial law, and they can't seem to do it if we're not willing to go in the streets and protest. So, y'all, give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Now, I think what he's trying to do is hide behind getting the homeless off the streets, but people are observing a lot more than just that. It's not just about getting homeless people off of the street. They're trying to get to our people in DC. And he did say he was going to, this may be in other cities. Trust me, it will be. It will be. And people are also pointing out how every single city Donald Trump is pointing to have black mayors. All right. So let's get started, y'all.
Name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men at Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized.
Did you see this propaganda that the Trump administration passed out before its press conference in DC about federalizing DC, using misleading crime statistics and using black men to fearmonger? Even though the federal government's own statistics say that crime in DC is at a 30-year low, well, that didn't stop the Trump administration from putting out this misleading chart trying to show that DC is some kind of hellscape, saying that DC has more unaliving per 100,000 people than Bogota, Mexico City, and all these other places, but not explaining that 700,000 people live in DC proper as compared to millions of people who live in the other cities. So of course, they're not showing the math to show the difference that DC is a smaller city compared to the rest. So of course, in comparison, it would seem like they have a higher crime rate. And of course, to sell the lie to his people, he has to fearmonger by using black men. The way he used immigrants, Latinos, to fearmonger, to take so much control of the army, the military, cities, doing the same thing now with black men in DC. Trump is demonizing about people of color in DC when it was him and his supporters who gave DC one of their most bloodiest days in those 30 years. Trump did not send in the National Guards during January 6th. So believe me when I tell you, none of this is about safety. This is about fear mongering so they can take power and create the white ethno state that they want.
So I made a post the other day basically talking about how Trump is making these changes in DC and getting rid of crime. I ain't got no problem with it. Somebody in the comments said, "Oh yeah, you won't be happy till you look at a cop wrong." What are you talking about, bro? Why are you looking at a cop wrong? And before I continue, first of all, y'all about to call me a coon. But before I continue, I've been racially profiled by cops since high school, multiple times. I'm not walking down the street looking at a cop wrong. That's the problem. Y'all be trying to provoke cops to do something to y'all. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? True story. Had a cop follow me home. It was me, my mom, one of my teammates followed us home, questioned us at the house, was trying to give us a ticket. But like my mom was just real chill about it. And she taught me the same thing. She's like, when a cop is, pulling you over, even if it's, even if they in the wrong, just be chill. Speak up, speak properly. Show them the ID, show them the car insurance, whatever, and you good. And the cop be dead wrong a lot of times. But if you got your paperwork, you act like you got some sense, you good. I'm not threatened by these changes that Trump is making because I'm a productive citizen. They keep saying, "Oh, he targeting black men because black men are committing most of the crimes." Dog, I go to work, go to the gym, hang with friends. I do regular, normal people shit. Can something happen to me unexpectedly? Absolutely. But 9.9 out of 10 times, ain't shit happening because I'm not a criminal. Get your panties out a bunch.
Did you see? Did you catch the switch? Did you catch it? A few days ago, Donald Trump was talking about
I put that man in there for a reason. I just wanted y'all to see the mindset on some of these men out here. He is very naive. It doesn't matter if you got your paperwork in order. Many of our people have been unalived and they had their paper in order. Many of them have been unalived with their hands up in the air. And you always got these Negroes that will come and tell you, if you do this, if you do this, and if you do this, then they're not going to bother you. That's not true. You get one of these race soldiers that don't give a damn about taking you out. It won't matter what paperwork you got in order. And as far as looking at the cops funny, we don't be talking about we provoke cops by looking at them. No, we don't. Nobody goes around provoking no damn cop by looking at them. But, you always have, no matter what happens, you're going to always have the coon class. That's what I was showing you in that first guy. You're going to always have the coon class among you. Now, let me tell you a story. I used to live in Germany for a while. On my way back, I was coming through the Philadelphia International Airport, and this white woman, TSA agent, stopped me. And she said she had to check me, because of, I think there was some threat of terrorism. And when she got me up in that room, I went into her and I said, how many Black female have ever hijacked a plane? She looked down and I said, you're full of shit. Name one Black female that boarded a plane and hijacked it. You know damn well I ain't no damn plane hijacker or even a potential one. I said, get the fuck out of here. And I left out of that room and got my stuff and I kept right on going through the airport. She didn't even stop me. Okay, it's ridiculous. That's one thing. A lot of our people, we ain't no damn hijackers of planes. You are not going to find a long history of our people hijacking some plane or potentially doing it. Okay, that is just one. There are certain crimes we just don't do, and that's one of them. So when he says, oh, well, you got everything in order, they don't bother you, that is a damn lie. That's a damn lie. So anyway, let's go on.
We're going to get the homeless off the streets of Washington, D.C. And now they're only, I'm not going to say only, they're mostly targeting Black boys and men. They are going to them. They're going to them in daylight. They're not going out there past curfew. They're going there in daylight, and they have imported the Rudy Giuliani special, stop and frisk. You Black, you are suspicious, empty your pockets. Let's see what you got. These are reminiscent of the Jim Crow laws or the past laws in South Africa. Why are you standing here? What right do you have to be here? And prove to me that you have not committed a crime or you are not a walking crime. That's what they're doing. He's got the DEA, the FBI, Homeland Security, ICE, DC Metro Police. He's got National Guard, and he's got military, all for a few neighborhoods. The Black community in the neighborhood that he has designated a trouble zone, or wherever he calls it, is being occupied right now. Where are those protesters supporting Gaza and Palestine, mad about the Israeli occupation 7,000 miles away? You got one happening right here. Where are those 2A people? You bought 3 million, 100 million guns, whatever it is, because you were preparing for government tyranny. Where are you now? Where's the NRA? Where are all you 2A people? So look, if you're in DC, remember, be careful, right? Especially if you're Black male, be careful. And look, it's not just Black males in jeans and t-shirts. If you are in a suit and tie and you are even the federal government, if you are off-duty cop, you will still get it, because it's not what you're wearing, it's the skin that you have. They're going to come after you. And white supremacy is never satisfied nor satiated. That's why he's already said he's coming for Chicago. He's already come for LA. He's coming for New York. He's coming for Oakland. And you know what else? That means Atlanta. That means Philly. That means wherever. That means Portland and Seattle, because he hates y'all anyway, even though most of y'all up there white. He hates y'all. You guys got next. So you better prepare yourselves. And look, it can't just be Gavin Newsom out there fighting back as a Democrat. It's got to be all these other governors. I know a few others are doing it, but it's got to be more. You got to have more. You can't just have this guy with his personal King's Guard and his personal thugs and goons terrorizing one community to start, because that's the fascist playbook. You start with one and you spread to others. I remember he said homeless, but now he's after everybody else who's black.
In the last couple of days, I've gotten tons of hate mail from black Trump voters. Now, right off the bat, if you're black and you voted for Trump or you're still supporting Trump, you are delusional. If you think Trump, I've known Trump for 30 years. If you think he's pro-black people, you're completely delusional. I've been to Mar-a-Lago, I don't know how many times, and I've never seen a black person there. And Mar-a-Lago is a huge place. There's 1,000 people there when I used to go there for a fundraiser or an event. Never seen a black person. I've never seen a single black person there. Okay. Trump is not a fan of black people, but you probably didn't see this. If you're still supporting him, you probably didn't see how he snuck this in a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago, if you're not familiar, Trump pulled back the law that kept federal workers in federal buildings from segregating bathrooms, drinking fountains, work areas from blacks and whites or any other race. Okay, it was always black and white, but that's what the law says.
Breaking news. Another video has surfaced of federal agents and also DC police now in the communities. Stay and watch.
We just got a fuck on me now. Who just ran, y'all? Who just ran? Look at him. Oh, shit. No.
So y'all, does this look like he's removing homeless people? I thought they were going to be removing homeless people, and these are just people that live there, that they're just hanging out in the streets. You'll see this everywhere, all over the country. Young people do this all the time. It is not a crime to hang out around your hood, you know? But look at how many feds are up in there. Look how many cops and feds are just in this one location.
Why the fuck is he putting in the handcuffs? You don't have no reason to put this man in handcuffs, sir. I'm not close. I'm just saying. Back up. Don't get close enough. Back up. Back up. All we saying is, why y'all putting this man in handcuffs? He showed you he has nothing. What y'all want? Hey, give me on camera, boy. I'm leaving. Nigga, fuck you talking about? I got people on camera. He put this man in handcuffs with no reason. Hey, don't push him, y'all. Don't push them. He had no reason to put this man in handcuffs. Y'all, calm down, y'all. Relax. Legally detained. Oh, no, he said, look, calm down. Back up, calm down, y'all. He said he only detained a legal person, bro. Calm down, y'all. Everybody calm down, y'all. Out they face. Get out they face, y'all. Get out they face. Jack, back up. Back up. Get out they face. Get out they face. This nigga acting like he about to fight.
First of all, fuck Donald Trump. Second of all, to the black people that are rationalizing Donald Trump taking over and militarizing DC streets under the pretext of crime, when crime in DC is at a 30-year low, you are part of the fucking problem too. And if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, I don't need an announcement about how you haven't seen nobody say something. I'm telling you what I've seen with my own two eyes. Here is the thing. For anybody to believe that Donald Trump coming in with the military is a solution, and for anybody to think, even after all that we've seen from this administration, that it's going to only impact the so-called bad ones, is irrational. The bottom line is the reason why Donald Trump is taking over DC is because DC is still a predominantly black city. And he looks at blackness and criminality as being one and the same. And so if you think that the Donald Trump that has told the National Guard, do whatever it is that you want to do to people, the same motherfucker that sat up there and wanted to shoot Black Lives Matter protesters last time he was in office, the same person that one of his first orders of business was pardoning a DC cop who killed somebody, and whose Department of Justice has gotten rid of consent decrees that we fought for in the so-called racial reckoning. If you think that that administration and that person's aim, oh, and by the way, the person who ran on giving cops indemnity, if you think that that's the solution of bringing in over 1,000 people to police and racially profile and harass people, and you think you're going to be exempt, then you're fucking unhinged. And guess what? If anything should happen to your dumb ass, don't fucking come to us with no GoFundMe, no hashtag shit, no relief, nothing, because you're one of those people that think that this shit is okay, and it's not okay. All right? The bottom line is this is bullshit, and this is all about criminalizing Black people. But you know what? Republicans are smart. They know that if you put Black people at the forefront of, oh, we got to get the Blacks under control, then people will go for anything. But it's not going to be so cute when they're impacted by the shit as well. The same way that all people thought it was going to be cute with all this immigration shit, and they're not immigrants, but they're getting fucked with. It's going to be the same goddamn thing with DC. And then they're going to move on to New York City, Chicago, and other Black cities next. So I know you might be afraid, and I'm not trying to minimize crime by anybody. Be very, very clear about that. But I tell you what, I'll take my chances with the 30-year crime low in DC than with bringing a whole bunch of motherfuckers in there who got marching orders to fuck with us.
Of course, Donald Trump is trying to steal the next election, using the National Guard down in DC as his personal army and police force. And yes, he's behaving just like Lex Luthor in that new Superman movie, lying, manufacturing, manipulating facts so he can scoop up U.S. cities and pass them out to his billionaire friends like candy. But there's something more evil, more ugly, more nefarious going on. Because why are the next cities on his list majority Black cities with Black mayors? That's not on accident. So I spoke with several creators this week that live down in DC, and I said, hey, how's it going? What's going on down there? Oh, it's calm, not much going on, in Georgetown, Capitol Hill. It's kind of quiet in DuPont Circle. Really? Do you know any Black people? And have you visited any Black neighborhoods? Because why were police in Deanwood 2 nights ago, 2 a.m., shooting at civilians? Why are police helicopters circling overhead up above Howard University? Why are there checkpoints and heavy police presence and ICE and DEA all around Howard? Why is that?
And if y'all don't believe me, here that bitch goes, spinning around right now.
Only over Howard, too.
He's only been over Howard campus, dog.
And it is like over 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm down here at 48th Street Northeast in King Place. President Trump and his Gestapo paid a visit to Deanwood tonight. Metro Transit Police and along with other police agencies shot at individuals on 48th Street. Thankfully, no one was hit, but there were 2 people detained. I'm still waiting for one of those individuals to be released. They've been holding them hostage in the alley in the neighborhood for a couple of hours now. And it's my understanding because he didn't do anything.
DC was the first stop. Guess what's next? LA, New York, Philly, Newark. This is not on accident. It's on purpose and by design.
Trump is targeting Black people. Here we go again. He's not boldly stepping in to clean up Washington, D.C. by tackling crime, homelessness, or making the city look better. Nope. According to the ever-vigilant liberals and their woke squad, it is just another sneaky scheme to target the Black community. Because, of course, sending 800 National Guard troops and 120 FBI agents on night patrols is less about protecting people and more about tyranny. And hey, even if Trump found a cure for cancer tomorrow, you better believe the woke and liberals will spin it into some sinister plot. Can't win with those folks. Did you hear that? Sounds like thunder. Of course, Trump's behind it somehow. We are just 7 months in and he's already doing great. What's your take?
I find it mighty funny that the cities that Trump wants to target are all the cities that have Black mayors in them. Every single one of them that he mentioned. But I already know there's going to be some Trump supporters who are going to say it's because it's those Democrat states. Those cities, all of them need it. It's too much violence. It's the Blacks. So I can only imagine what we said. But then you start looking at statistics about those red states and stuff. But I don't know. I guess it's just me. But like I said, I find it mighty funny.
If you think Trump's plan to take over DC's police department is about catching crime, it's not. This is about stoking white fear, making Black people seem dangerous. The Trump administration wasted no time, less than half a day before posting photos of Black men they've arrested on the official White House social media pages. It's a calculated move to stigmatize Black people, especially Black men, as criminal thugs to be feared. There is not even a single white man that they have arrested and posted on the social media page, y'all. Here's the truth. Violent crime in DC is at a 20-year low. It's dropped since 2023 and 2024. White folks will think this is solely about distracting from the Epstein files, but the harm this stigmatization will have on our communities will be widely felt for Black people. They've been running this playbook on Latinos since Trump took office. Now they're turning it on Black communities. An anti-Black, anti-brown campaign dressed up as fighting crime. This is even worse than when the Clintons labeled Black youth in our communities as super predators, because MAGA is creating the image of what a super predator looks like. Black people with children in DC, watch them, especially watch your boys, because racial profiling and police violence is about to skyrocket there. Y'all be safe.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Donald Trump has officially declared war on the Black community by unleashing the militarized police and the National Guard, ICE, FBI agents all into DC is an attack on Black people. And when I used to make videos defending the Latino and the Mexican community, people used to come for me in my comments and they would say, it's not our fight. I say, yes, it is our fight. This man is going against the Constitution. He's treating people like animals. Well, now he's trying it for us. This man has tried to get to Black people since he's been in office. And every day it was something new. And we'd wake up and we just laugh it off and say, oh, well, you ain't talking to us. Now he has found a way to release the police on us. And he had said before he got in office that the police could do whatever they wanted to do and he would back them. Whereas no more stop and frisk. All that, those police killings, they're back. They're back. Protect your children. Protect yourself, because we have a sick individual in office, and whoever voted him in is a sick motherfucker too.
Y'all, that clip that I showed you of the helicopter going over Howard University, that was at 2 a.m, y'all. Nothing was going on the campus. Nobody called the police. You know, everyone was just probably more than likely sleeping at 2 a.m. And that loud ass helicopter was circling over and over and over. And as far as I'm concerned, that is a form of intimidation. That's what that is. So what did these Howard University students do? that warranted a police helicopter to circle the campus like that. And they said it went on for over an hour. The helicopter just kept going round and round and round. Now, what crime is going on and everybody is in the dormitory sleep? And nobody called the police for any reason, but that's what they took it upon themselves to do. So I guess Donald Trump couldn't get to us any kind of way. Now he's sicking the police and feds directly on us. So y'all be careful out there. And I really, truly mean it. Be careful out there. And know where, especially if you got boys, know their whereabouts at all times. Know where they are. You know, it's really critical that we have each other's back and we are looking out for each other right now. But one thing, he can't get all of us. Is what he can't do. He can't get all of us. But yes, they are going to go neighborhood to neighborhood where we are and do all these intimidation tactics. Now, you saw all them cops. It had to be, I was looking at some of that same area. It had to be 30 cops on one block. Why the hell you need that amount of cops on a block? And it's summertime. These young people are just out and about. And this is what you're saying, you are getting crime under control. In fact, even the guy they handcuffed, I didn't see no crime going on. It's just young people doing what young people do. Nobody out there was committing a crime. But this is how it's going to be, y'all. This is how it's going to be. And he is going to go city to city with this whole thing. So I just want you all to be aware. This ain't about cleaning up no damn homeless off the streets. It's about getting to us. That's what this is about. He's tired of waiting on us to get in the street to call martial law. Now he's bringing the feds and everybody to us. So, unfortunately, there are people online and people that have made videos talking about, I'm fine with this. I'm fine. I don't know how you're fine with this. You know what the history is between the Black community and the police. How are you fine with this? And again, just looking at that footage of all them feds on that one street, what crime were they going after? What crime? Okay, how is that stamping out crime? And like I said, y'all, they ain't gonna go after the hardened criminals. They gonna go after soft targets, just like what you saw in the video. That's what they gonna go after, soft targets. Some kids just walking the streets, chilling out, and then they gonna run up and surround them and slap some handcuffs on them. But we're supposed to feel secure that they're taking care of crime. You would have to be crazy to believe it. But yeah, there are quite a few people going on these videos talking about, oh, I think it's great. There's a lot of people think this is a great idea. Okay, well, wait until their family get caught up in all of this. Their kids, their grandkids, their husbands, their fathers get caught up in it. It won't be so great too much longer. And from what I understand, because I'm listening to people in DC, and they are randomly going up to people. That's not doing anything about crime, y'all. Random people in a intimidating and handcuffing random people is not doing a damn thing about no crime. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Don't believe it. So, y'all, I hope You are now informed. And if you got relatives that live in cities where it's predominantly Black, let them know what's going on. Let them know what's going on. We need to get the word out to our people before they show up in their communities. Because he's going to be doing this over and over throughout cities in this country. So, y'all, I'm going to let you go. I do have a premiere coming up, and I hope you all can be there. The premiere is, it's something I kept seeing online. Africans in comment sections saying they had more millionaires and rich people in Africa than we do over here in America. So I did a chat GPT on that, and false. So if you got a moment and you want to come to the premiere, I would love to have you. So more than likely, I probably will be doing this at 6:45. So be on the lookout, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Monica Gregory, for your donation to my channel. I deeply appreciate your support. Y'all have a wonderful day. Shalom, family.